Welcome back to the most professional StarCraft 2 with the three-time world champion, the Zerg in the blue, the finisher. It's Serral, facing off against the rank 1 Protoss in the world, the smiling assassin, the Mad King. We have herO in a best of 5 Protoss versus Zerg showdown as part of the $50,000 Thunderfire All-Stars Invitational. And before we get started, it'd be incredible if you could smash that like button. Maybe even subscribe. Oh, we got the algorithm. And Jimmy, what are we at? 1,781 likes on this video, on this cast. And I'll cast another one. And I'll probably do it anyways, because I don't know what else I can do with my life. But thank you for watching. Hopefully, you've had a good day so far. And hopefully it's about to get just a little bit better. As herO sending out the first probe surprisingly late. Not trying any sort of early controversial starts by blocking the hatchery or cannon rushing, but there's a suspiciously placed pylon at the very back, so I seriously doubt that will continue. As a forge? Of all the tech choices you can make, that is certainly one of them. Now, even for herO, it's a bit late to cannon rush, but I did say it's important to make your day just a little bit better. And herO seems to understand it's important to make his units just a little bit better. This is certainly an incredibly old build, but it checks out. Or does it? I actually have no idea. I have not seen this. I doubt Serral has seen this. This is Serral's first professional match in 1v1 of 2026. So, herO, on the other hand, is a capital GG gamer. He plays in every single tournament, 6 a.m., 6 p.m., $6, 50,000. It seems like, especially with Dark no longer with us for his obligatory military service, herO's filled in the gaps. So he's been playing, and he's been finding a lot of success. But I have to say, this is so far out there, it's not even in the same county. A Forge first. This is a blank upgrade timing. This is straight out of, like, 2016. Maybe we're going back to the future. Who knows nowadays? Well, of all the things that Serral could be expecting from herO, and all his varied strategies, well, if the Zerglings just get in, which they may have been able to do, and on oh, it's charge. +1 charge lots. Okay, this is just a mid-master's ladder build. Like, I don't even want to micro oracles. I just want to make a bunch of charge lots and charge across the map. Well, it seems like that is exactly what herO is doing. A robotics facility is on the way. All of this well hidden from any potential scouts, assuming again that the Zerglings can't get in. Serral's looking around, but he's not finding anything. So far, he's building a roach warren because the lack of Oracle. The Oracle should be here by about 420, all right? Should be blazing its way into the mineral line. But there's no Oracle, which is suspicious in and of itself. Serral maneuvering his spore crawlers into more efficient positions. He actually pre-built the spores, as there's no way to know for sure there's no Oracle, and the price you have to pay for assuming there isn't, and there being one, is far too high. But it's just a straight-up charge lot Archon timing. Will he go for +2? Okay, the Overlord's gonna get in, and it's gonna see the Templar Archives. Okay, okay, we get it. We get it. At this point, there are no more secrets. There's nothing left to hide. It's pretty clear at the moment what herO is doing. But here's the problem. The probe count. herO has not stopped building probes during this. I mean, for the most part. He's had 52 probes, building 3 at a time. By no means is this all in. So, we'll see. Serral just started a lair. He just started a lair. He just started it. Now, you know what? What he doesn't know might very much hurt him. He didn't see the forge. He might just think, this is not just an Archon drop. Okay, well, it is just an Archon drop. Jimmy, edit that out. But there's so much more. The upgrades behind it are very important, because with +2 attack especially, but even +1, those Zealots can go easily chopping through Zerglings, because it only takes 2 hits, 2 slaps, from those zealots to kill Zerglings, as opposed to 3. And obviously, the damage against roaches is increased as well, though not as meaningfully. Still, though, the upgrades, and the reason the weapon upgrades are preferred is because they scale with damage, unlike armor. And the Protoss hit very hard, but not so much, and they have so much HP, the armor itself is not that important. So here we go, the first charge lot's getting in, the Queens, stuffed into a corner, the charge lot's just tanking it for now. The Archons just burning through, juggling the Archons back in. Don't expect some of us in the wreckage, brothers. The Zealots are left behind, they spore at the perimeter, and one of the Zealots dying as dramatically as I've ever heard anything. The Chinese Zealots seem very, very dramatic. Alright, playing on the Chinese server for this tournament, but thank you to NetEase and the Thunderfire All-Stars for supporting such an incredible tournament. And already, a dramatic start. But Serral so far, well, we just killed the Archon, which is not one of the best uses of an Archon. Unfortunate, hero looking the other way. Storm is nearly completed, but Serral, he just started road speed, which Sloaches are not the most maneuverable creatures. Speed roaches aren't even that quick in the first place, but now the Queens, again, and the drones have to be pulled. Serral went up to 81 drones, which, quite greedy, but if he can hold on to it, obviously a massive economic advantage. As I say it, though, he does not hold on to it. He lost 12 drones, putting him down to 71 to 69. Hero with a very nice economy for exactly this. He doesn't seem to have any intentions of progressing past this phase of the game, or at least for the near future. Serral, on the other hand, has clambered up the tech tree. He's got a hive on the way. He's got a lurker den. He's got hydro range. He's got +1 ranged attack. He's got a lot in the mail right now, but it hasn't been delivered yet. That's a lot of investment. Well, here comes Hero. Warp Prism around the top. Observer, at least spotting for some of the reinforcements. The main army moving out. Zergling counter, but a few Warpins will deal with it. Roaches and Hydras. The army supply is about even. The Hydras will not have speed, but they should have range momentarily. That is a lot of Templar. The Storms are an existential threat to the Zerg, and it's hard to maneuver in these tight spaces with a hatchery serving as a force field in and of itself. The Zoning Storms, the most dangerous force field. And so far, Serral trying to wade through, but the Immortals are obliterating anything that gets close. And Hero seems to have adapted. Oh, but wait, there's more! A legion of charge lots in the natural. Some cutting off the Queens. And Hero with the 1, 2, 3. Recalls back. Serral types GG. And that's it. Hero just knocks him out of the game. You might be like, isn't that a little early? I'd agree. But Serral is down in supply against an army composition that easily crushes his. He has less economy, he has less upgrades. It doesn't get any easier. I just didn't expect Hero to come in and just slap Serral out of the game. But, well. Hero keeping Serral guessing, literally from beginning to end. From the not-so-Archon drop into charge lot timing, into Storm, Serral kept trying to get back on track. But Hero is more than willing to crash into his car and drive us both off the bridge. Because, believe it or not, Protoss don't have mouths, so I think it's harder for them to drown. We're assuming the bridge is over water here in this. Moving on! Hero, 1-0. And this time, the probe is going to go out right at the beginning of the map. Beginning of the game. I don't know how much of a mind game it was. Well, Hero didn't go for any of the Adept Harass and the Oracle Harass, because he didn't have Oracles, and I think he only had one Adept. So he didn't bother delaying Serral's hatchery and creating that opportunity to exploit the difference between the bases. Instead, he had a little more economy back at home, and that fed into his build. But what is this? What are you doing? This is not how you wall. I mean, when Hero does it, Oh, wait a second. This might be referencing something. Wait a second. Spoilers. Well, that is a curious location. Hero, what's it gonna be? He gets the Nexus, of course. Yeah, we'll see what sort of architectural decisions he decides to progress from here. I'm sure they will be unique and creative. Spoilers. Well, gas and pool for Serral. The standard opener. He never really stabilized. He kept building drones right as the attack was coming in and suffering for it almost immediately. And that is... Honestly, I've never seen... Oh, almost kills a drone with a probe. Even the probes are a threat. And not just indirectly. Apparently very directly. This one even stealing 5 minerals. Yes, an economic hit. We'll call it that. Petty theft is still theft. Probe. Alright, hero. The Stalker gonna drive the Overlord over to the Pervert Pillar with a nice cooling fan. Help out those tentacles. Alright. Stargate is on the way. Still kind of hidden away from the Overlord. Hero doing what he can. It doesn't take much. Especially with someone like Serral who can take tiny scraps of information and pull them into a tapestry of detective work that figures out exactly what you're doing before you even want to do it. But that's the problem a lot of the time for Hero is how can you know what he's doing if he does? But that last build was prepared. Okay, not always do I feel like Hero has come in with all his chambers loaded. Let's put it that way. Sometimes more like the Chamber of Secrets, but that was definitely a... Yeah, he's just hard-walled in, right? Sure. Why not? Wait, no? No, that's still not a wall. It's a depth-tight wall. So, units like Stalkers or your mother probably couldn't get through that, but... Okay, whatever. Moving on. Meanwhile, Oracle is spotted. The Uh-oh. Oh my, is he gonna get it? Wait, can the Stalker get in? Am I dumb? Oh, never mind. I apologize to the Protoss and to your mother. Personally, don't worry. Some Oracles on the way. 2 gases at the natural. Yep. That's so the beauty of this is he's not going to be able to warp in at the wall if he, for some reason, needs that scenario. We got the Twilight and Forge, the whole tech shrubbery back here in the corner. The least scoutable location right now for Serral. But you got to work off those scraps. Where is this drone going? To the unit's lost tab, correct. Well, Revelation, gonna clean up some of the creep. Get some of the Zerglings as well, because why not? Gonna poke in. Great micro. And gets away with an Oracle in the orange as the prophecy foretold. Roach Warren is on the way. A lair. Serral still kind of hedging his bets. Robotics facility charging +1. So it's a similar road. Jimmy! Not now. I'm sorry. I apologize. Please like and subscribe so I can get some professional help. And whatever you interpret that to mean is not my problem. Templar Archives. War Prism. Charge +1. I love it when a plan comes together. Serral, 66 drops. That full 3-base saturation. Adding an extra one for flavor. Probably a Spore Crawler. I think he may have learned his lesson about trying to get greedy against Hero. I think it's more important to have more units than you need rather than more economy. Because Hero will attack. How, where, when, why? Those are all important questions that I don't think you can answer beforehand, but he will. I don't think I've ever seen a game where hero just sits back and builds up to 200 supply. So there's some guarantee. Okay. All right, the Zerglings working on the Archons, and then Serral's thinking twice about it, as the Oracle has racked up 11 kills, and counting. It's an Archon drop and an Oracle, the fanciest of Protoss here. If they could drink, I don't know, coffee or tea, they'd definitely do it with their pinky up. But I'm not sure Archons have pinkies, and neither of these creatures have mouths, so makes it all the more fancy. +1 attack about to complete. First wave of charge lots is warped in. This time around, though, Serral taking a lot more seriously. He cut at 70 drones, bunch of roaches on the way, but they quit. Brenda! They're here again! Oh my god, curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal, Susan. How is this my fault? Sorry, I lagged out for a moment. The Archons just cut their way through and get slurped up by the Warp Prism into the main, where another wave of charge shots is warped in instantaneously. The drones are already on the run. He baited the queens out of position, and now he'll exploit that exact position. Now the high ground is held by hero against Serral's army. Some more charge lots swinging in alongside the Oracle to make use of the gap created in the defenses. 8 drones dead, and the Archons will get away easily. More charge lots. Oracle completely drained of energy after racking up some more damage. The Warp Prism is finally driven away for now, but Serral is down 6 workers. I'm not sure why hero is building a Phoenix, though he may have misinterpreted the lack of units as a switch to mutas. Or he just wants a Phoenix, who knows? Why not? Some more units on the way back at home, and Serral seems uncharacteristically lost. He recalls the Archon drop, but I'm afraid the charge lock count will be too damn high. Is he going Phoenixes to counter Ravagers? Which, he's like, well, I saw what Serral did to my Oracles the last time that happened. Well, here we go. Energy recharge. Knocks out some of the Zealots. Meanwhile, blasting through, juggles past, easily dodges the Corrosive Bile, picks up some more Ravagers, some pretty large targets. Pretty easy for the Phoenixes to secure the kill. And you know what? It's working out well. Bit of an unorthodox strategy, but that seems redundant when heroes involved. The Warp Prism, juggling, almost loses it, only eats one. Archon down. More Immortals coming up, though. This army is thinning out, and as the numbers dwindle on either side, it becomes easier and easier to pick it apart for the Protoss army. 4 Immortals on the front line. And still that single Archon in the back. 20 kills. And we're not done yet. The Phoenixes are chasing it down. Serral maintains a supply lead, but with the lowest quality units, the value of the army, despite being 20 supply higher, is like 20% less, as the roaches are very good at filling up your army and giving you something to work with. But it certainly isn't the brightest tool in the shed. Meanwhile, machine gunning the Corrosive Biles gets a couple probes as collateral damage. The Phoenixes are just right-click chasing. Oracle was sent across the map. I don't know if it had enough energy to do anything. Boxing out on one side, but he's got the Storms on the other. Phoenix is the most annoying and obvious observer. And observers, the most regular observers. Meanwhile, Hero's army is very scary to either side of this, but Serral's doing a good job of keeping him back. If Hero's able to pin down either half of the Roach Ravager, then he will completely eviscerate it. Throws up the Corrosive Biles, knocks down a Phoenix, and with it the Ravager, but it won't last long. The Storms, the fadeaway, giving him another opportunity. Could maybe merge another Archon as well. The Warp-ins, you know what? The wall's working out. Okay. It's these, if everything's so smooth and calculated, well, then your opponents can work against you. But this, on the other hand, you know what? Unique in its beauty. The Storms washing over the Roaches, and they're melting away. Half HP on the remaining. 1 or 2 more Storms? No, none. Which is not too many. Burrowing, Tunneling Claws is completed. So Serral might be able to both regenerate the Roaches and maneuver into uncomfortable positions. But so far, Hero has done an incredible job on the left and the right flank. The Phoenix is keeping tabs, but the Honestly, the response of burrow move roaches to the constant scouting of the phoenixes is a pretty genius one out of Serral, as phoenixes can't keep tabs on burrowed roaches. Though having an oracle still with revelation is a huge deal right now. hero. Suddenly, Serral sends it down the center and may have just outflanked his own army. Here comes everyone. The armies are coming together, but who will come out on top? The Immortals are blasting through. Still has the Warp Prism to juggle. Keeps, but Serral comes in from the back. The Storms will ward him away, and the Immortals blast through the front line. Behind it, a fleet beacon, because of course there is. As hero takes nearly the supply lead. Dead even now, which the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for the finisher. As hero, before he can even complete the obliteration, the annihilation of that base, hero brings it all together and blasts the world champion apart. What? Serral looking good, but not nearly good enough. Hero more than ready to defend against the multi-pronged roaches, and he forced the issue. Roaches are the epitome of mediocrity. They are sometimes what you need, but they're never what you want. And hero exploiting that to great effect. And now match point. Hero with a decisive, not even particularly close, 2-0 on Serral. Game 2, a little bit more back and forth. But it was clearly hero in the driver's seat, as it so often is. And again, he never got his license. Demonstrating, and he's said it before. It comes to light after his recent tournaments. Just talking with some of the Korean casters. He is willing to sacrifice his economy to take a better fight. His micro, when it's good, it's unbeatable. And when it's not, it's devastating. I think I'm quoting someone from Team Liquid, just a generic comment that describes hero so well, which is, I'm never fail to be disappointed how hero plays when he's ahead, or amazed by how well he plays when he's behind. Both Dr. Jekyll and Hyde in a single player. And Serral just... it's not coming together. He hasn't yet been able to get... Serral thrives, possibly, definitely, the best late game Zerg. That's what he's built his world championships off of. He's played games that are potential... he's played many games that are potentially longer than this series at this rate. But hero is the specialist. You keep them off balance so they complain about balance. And we'll see. It is very hero to go up 2-0 and then decide, well, let's get weird in a not effective but almost embarrassing way. It's almost never a clean sweep. As he has a tendency to go outside his own bounds when he gets too far ahead. Thus the quote. Honestly, I've not seen any information whether it's entertainment value or just a predisposition. Or just a happy coincidence between the two. But we'll just have to see. White Rabbit for game number 3. So here is at least my interpretation of how Serral felt like he had to do a roach all in. Very clearly, there's Templar. Very clearly, there's 3 bases for hero. If Serral just tries to go Hydras, like he did in the previous game, he's going to die to a follow-up. There's going to be a Warp Prism. There's going to be charge lots in all the bases he's not looking at. A Warp Prism in the back, and somehow still enough units at the front. The Roaches, especially when you've taken any economic hits, are the best chance to overwhelm before they have the complex... I like the Stalker patrolling around so the Overlord feels perpetually uncomfortable. Stalking, if you would. Okay, he stopped. But because of that constant pressure, whether it was right or wrong, it didn't work out, but I think most Protoss would have crumbled to it. But hero adapted beautifully. In fact, the 2 Phoenixes just felt like a spontaneous decision. A spontaneous genius, as the Phoenixes help dismantle the army, but they're also fast enough to just right-click on the roaches and chase them, because there's no anti-air. Like, and if he ever sends them back home, he can just wait for him to come back out again. They prompted Serral to get Burrow move, which he may have done anyways, but I think was severely encouraged. And that's doubling down on a unit that you usually don't want to invest anything in. Well, Serral going to try to delay the 3rd base with Zerglings, which is quite a gamble. Look at the worker count. He's got 35 workers to 39. He's adding some more on. But if this doesn't work out, he's just in... Oh, well. Very, very nice of hero to get stuck outside the pylon at the exact second the Zerglings come in. Oh, no. Well, here are the oracles. Still back at home, but he only gets 2 adepts, which... Yeah, 14 Zerg... Hello? The door was wide open. But Serral not realizing in time. The Queen scrambling around trying to intercept will find an opportunity. Twilight Forge on the way behind. So, at what cost? The question we have to ask. With no lead up. Oracle takes a lot of damage. Was it worth it to do that Zergling counter? That's my analysis. That's what they pay me the medium bucks for. But Twilight Forge, charge and +1. We haven't seen, if I'm not mistaken, haven't seen Blink this entire series so far. Charge and +1 every game. And relying on those units to keep so much pressure on that mutas are kind of a non-issue. And again, a Roach Warren will be the choice for Serral. A Hydra Den, though, he's already got the lair done. So, a significant change from the previous games to get the lair in such a timely fashion. Hydras, en masse, are potentially good enough. They are it takes quite a while to build up to that at least double-digit Hydra count. With the speed, with the range, all right, they gotta have their fix in stock Hydras. It's just, it's not it. All right. 6 drones dead. 8 drones. What? 8 drones to the casual. The shady bunch comes in, and not one more. 9 drones to the adepts that were already past their expiration date. That's not a super pylon, but eventually we'll get there. Ooh. 12. The oracles slide back in and rack up a few more drone kills. Storm is on the way. But hero already, like, Serral taking, I'll say it, too much damage. You can't lose this many drones to the first adepts and oracles and be in comfortable economic footing, or even just kind of okay economic footing. He's at 69 drones to 68 probes. He's making the mass Hydra. It's now been revealed. So hero knows what he's dealing with. He's just building Phoenixes. I love the addition of just a couple Phoenixes in there. Why not? Throw them in. Maybe something to zone out Overlords at the very least. Oh my. And Serral's going for 7 Dropper Lords. Hero prescient. Now, again, the Phoenix is just the same as last game, but I think, therefore I am. And Serral unlikely to be expecting this. Because of the fact he didn't go Roaches. He just went Hydra Ling, even though he has the Roach one. But here come the Dropper Lords. The Charge Lots will kind of get caught up on the Roach Warren. The Queen's in the mineral line, but that's private property. You can't come in here. Yeah, who's gonna stop him? Who in what army, Brenda? I know. The Zealots forming a battle line and just slicing through dozens of Zerglings. Eventually will be cleaned up, but the Dropper Lords off in the corner, but Serral can't get his army out far enough to use it. He's just going to go hide in the corner here. The Phoenix will be taken out, so a non-factor. The Storms to ward away. The Warp Prism, a potential conduit to the base to reinforce, but he just warped in a bunch of charge lots at home and has a Scouting Immortal. Not sure what the Probe's doing out there, but whatever. You do you. More Storms, dropping them in. Archon Merge underneath. Oracles knocks one down, targets the Archon. Warp Prism in a very bold position, but Serral can't get close enough. More from the north. Who's flanking who? Oracle goes down. The Templar gliding forward. Storms in the mineral line. Storms on the ramp. But the Hydra's holding. Another storm psionically ripping through the army. And hero warping in more. The army's thinning out on either side. But Serral with that critical mass of Hydras may be able to drive it back. He lost 7 drones in the exchange. The charge lot's getting caught up on the Zerglings. But the Hydras are badly bruised. The Queens are removed from the field. The hatchery is drawing some fire, which may give enough opportunity. Another Immortal is sneaking its way up. The Warp Prism might be able to save it. It's getting close. What a save!
What a save!
And he gets the hatchery. He has his cake and metaphorically eats it too. And he gets away with it again. Both Immortals living up to their name as he gets into the Warp Prism, goes off the edge of the universe, and gets downloaded all the way back to the Nexus. I don't understand how recall works. What? There's a fleet beacon halfway done. Because of course there is. No additional Stargates. I think he's getting a mothership. Meanwhile, the Dropper Lords are maybe the only opportunity for Serral to turn this around. He's got a cannon in the main. The vast majority of the tech tree is here, invulnerable in the main base. But here we go. The Dropper Lords are loaded up. Serral is trying his greatest attempt. And now the Warp Prism is yanked to the other side. If there was ever a time, Serral trying to set up the multi-prong. Serral, No, never mind. Never mind on the Dropper Lord. Wait, no. There's not much else. The majority of his army is in these Dropper Lords. Recall was just used, so Serral waiting out the timing. Hydra's down the center. Meanwhile, Hydra's in the main. Here comes Serral. The probe's already going to be gunned down. And the Hydra's, well, it's a bit of an uncomfortable position, and the Templar could easily exploit it, just like they did on the other side of the map. More Hydra's at the front. Storms warded away. Hydra's waiting through, but the charge lots out in front. +2 attack on those charge lots. Helping out a lot the Zerglings. Getting drizzled by Storm and the Dropper Lords. Well, not great, not terrible. Mothership is halfway done. Hero may be giving up this Nexus in order to take a better position, but he's not going to give it up quite yet. Gets a few Hydras for free. Uses the death of the Nexus as a springboard to get some more of the Hydralists. He's building a casual Tempest. The Mothership is building at the natural. More Hydras sneaking in. Might be able to snipe off a Templar of all things. Charge lots engaging. Hero on the other side. Trying to chase down the... Wait, what? Serral's down 20 supply. Oh, no. It's a disaster. The finisher on the brink. And Hero with an incredibly... He's warping in sentries. He's going to lock him out of his base. Oh, I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me, says Hero. The units coming down the ramp, but by the time they do, the Storm's over the field. And the 3-time world champion will be 3 times beat by the smiling assassin. Hero with a decisive and overwhelming victory. And honestly, it wasn't even that close. More one-sided than a Mobius strip here as Serral tried a couple attempts to strike back and Hero struck him down. I certainly hope you enjoyed as much as I did. I hope it made your day just a little bit better. And thank you again to the SC boys and the Thunderfire All-Star Invitational. A great tournament. I'm looking forward to more. And if you got the means and motivation, awesome to check out Patreon or YouTube membership. Thank you to our mule tier patrons, Big Jiggy, Devin, Door, Kate, Mario Soup, bringing in the extra minerals. But I hear liking and subscribing is still free, at least for now. So thank you for watching. Make sure to check out this video. Jimmy picked it out just for you. Knows you too well. But good luck, have fun. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Stay chill.